Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. This is Ryan Hayes with Engage121, again joined by Jenny McDonald, who will be answering your questions through the course of today's application update webinar. As a reminder, all phone lines will be closed during the webinar, so if you do have questions, please use the questions function in the GoToWebinar software. So today we're going to start with an update to one of our existing Facebook Fanlet page objects. Then we're going to do a quick preview of what's coming in the new Listen view, as well as some updates that we'll be publishing today for Facebook targeting, post targeting. And then just do a brief recap of the e-learning calendar, so you know where you can find all the information about our ongoing webinars throughout the course of the week, not just this Friday one. So to start, we'll switch over to our browser here, and this is the Fanlet page object that we have widened. So right now we're looking at the existing one. So this is what we call in the application Q&A. We might hear us also refer to it as Ask Dave, as what we initially launched it on our page as. So this is a carousel that works a little different from our other carousel that I went over last week. We do have the carousel along the bottom here, and then clicking for more information pops it up over there with all of the text that you enter in and the option to print the article. So that works great in the 520 Facebook frame, but what we've done is we've gone ahead and made a 810 version of that. So I'm going to switch over into Engage121 and go to the Speak tab, select Fanlets 2.0, select the page that I want to publish to, and select the tab that I want to publish to. Now, there's a lot that goes into actually putting that Fanlet together. You've got to have a bunch of pictures and text and everything. So I've gone ahead and prepared one earlier that I'm going to pull up here. So from my library, I am going to choose my Q&A wide Fanlet here. And you can see this is already populated. So the most obvious changes here is we've taken the carousel from the bottom of the picture and moved it over to the left-hand side. And if we look at how this one's actually put together, I'll edit it. So we're giving it a name, which appears at the top, and then the question, which is really the title for that part of the carousel, and then the answer, which is the text that shows up in the pop-up. This doesn't have to be used as a Q&A. You certainly can use this for any type of thing, any type of alternative to a blog post, or anything along those lines that you'd like to put on your Facebook page. In real estate, if you've got properties that you want to showcase, you can certainly use this as a way to showcase those properties. So putting this together is just filling in the question. I'll remove the image and then choose it again. So we pick an image from the library and add it in, and we can see that all come together there on the page. So I'll save my changes here, and if I do choose a video, I'll give a name for the video and then the ID for that video on YouTube, and we'll populate that in. Now, it's important to note that we have changed the image size. You may note that the image here is a little distorted, a little pixelated. That's because it's being stretched to fit the space. The new ideal image size for this Fanlet is 640 by 400 pixels. So ideally, you want to use images that are sized exactly that way, because that's what's going to look best in this frame. As far as the videos go, I will point out that in this new frame, a widescreen video, a 16 by 9 or an HD video will play perfectly in that frame. It'll have the YouTube controls along the bottom, and the video will fill the rest of the frame very nicely. So Now that we've put the carousels together, we're happy with how it looks. We want to move forward. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and submit that post to Facebook. So we'll go over to my my Rick's Rolls test page here and pull up my Weblet tab that I installed it on, and you can see how that actually works on Facebook. So now we still pop over for the text, but we've laid it out a little bit differently, so it does fit nicely on one screen. And if you do have additional text, it will add a scroll bar in, so you can have a much longer post if you'd like to. And then if we scroll through, I've got a video down at the end here, but you can see how this all operates. You can click on the different items, and that will populate the question here. And again, the answer is in the pop-up. And then if you have a video, you've got the question up top, and then you can play the video. That YouTube video will play right there in frame. Now, again, this is not a widescreen video, so it does not fill that frame quite as well. But if you do have a widescreen video, it will fill out those black spaces and look very nice in this player. So that's the widened Q&A fanlet. We're continuing to work through all those. If there are any that we've missed or we haven't got to yet that you'd like to use, please let us know. Ideally, if you can let us know how you want to use it, what type of images you want to put into it, what type of text or questions, how exactly you like to use it. That helps us tremendously when we're actually going through the process of designing a widened version of it. Without that, if we just take the narrow ones and just stretch them out to fill that space, then things either end up distorted or the object ends up very tall and you end up scrolling through to see the whole thing. So any sort of guidance that you can give us on how you'd like to use these fanlets will help us a lot in how we design them to fit that 810 frame. And if you do have ideas on additional fanlet page objects that you'd like to see implemented, we welcome that feedback. We love to hear that and to see what we can build to work for you. So the next thing we're going to take a look at is a preview of the new Listen tab. So this is not live in the application yet. I've got this pulled up on one of our development servers, so I can give you a preview of it. The look and feel should be very familiar at this point. You can see that we've mimicked very closely the look and feel of the new Explore tab. When we added all of the case functionality and added to this slider-based interface. So you can see the system tabs that you're familiar with in Listen are now along the top of the page. So at any point I can click into my mentions feed and that'll bring that up for me. I can go back here and say I want to look at my post feed. Or any of the other filters I have set up. The carousel along the top here will cycle through my different feeds, the different filters that I have set up. So all that will function in a very seamless manner. You still have the Mark as Read functionality that you're used to in Listen and now in Explore as well. So as you do find posts that as you read through your posts, you can mark them as read so that you don't have to make any other action on that post. All of the Engage functionality stays the same with regard to posting and replying your auto engagements. All of that resides there still. Additionally, we've added the tagging for posts, not just for people. So you can do the additional tagging that you have in Explore now. And of course, we are bringing the case functionality to the Listen tab as well. So all of your customer service, your customer care, cases and logging and tracking your conversations and everything will all exist in Listen as well as in Explore, and be all tied together so you can track and report on that response time and case resolution, all those things that we launched with the new Explore tab. So that's all coming very soon. One of the other things that I do want to point out here is we had a while ago we had a panel view, but it was always constrained to the frame that the application resides in. So what we've done is we've made a new panel view that actually loads in a new frame. So if you have a very wide screen, you have a very high resolution, and you want to monitor a whole bunch of feeds at once, we're going to give you the ability to do that. In this case, I don't have a very high resolution setting, so I've got 4 frames on there. But if I've got a newer computer with a high resolution setup, I would be able to see as many frames as I can fit on that screen. And we do have a scroll bar along the bottom here, so you can continue to scroll and have as many filters as you'd like. And this does not operate independently of what you have on your Listen page. So all of the filters that you have there will appear here in your panels view. So all of that is coming very soon, hopefully within the next week or so. We're in the testing phases and working through the final features of that. But I did want to give you all a preview of what's coming, so that when it does become available to you, it's something that you're going to be familiar and ready for. So again, a very familiar look and feel from the Explore tab, copied over into Listen, and bringing in a lot of that new functionality. So the other thing, next thing I want to talk about is some changes to the way that we do Facebook targeting. It's a kind of an addition to the way that we've always done it. We've had Facebook targeting for quite some time, and what we'll be launching up to your accounts later today is a new interface for that. So I'm going to go ahead and put a post together here, and then I'm going to choose Facebook. And you'll note that when I first choose Facebook, I don't have an option for targeting. And it's important to understand that Facebook targeting is something that's a function that's specific to Facebook pages. So you can't actually target a post as a profile. In that case, you're really working with your privacy settings. So this is a little different. So if I chose a profile here, you'll see that I don't have a change there. But if I change from a profile to having a page selected, now I've got targeting options. So these are Facebook's targeting options. We have location targeting, and this is where you'll probably see the biggest change. Previously, we've had a country map that you can then click down into the continents and then into the countries and pick and choose. Now that required a number of clicks if you were going through and selecting a large number of countries. So what we've done is taken the full country list and provided it here as checkboxes to choose multiple countries. Additionally, you can select all and then deselect the countries that you don't want to target, or you can unselect all to wipe away the selection you've made. In the case of some of the countries like the United States and UK, you can also drill down and target to specific states, counties, cities, and so on. That's not supported for all countries, and it's important to understand that you cannot target states in one country and then target another country as well. So if you're drilling down to that additional level of targeting a state or targeting a county or cities, you have to stay essentially on the same level of targeting. If you try to do it, it will revert to being, in this case, it would revert to being the United States. That's the exact same way that it actually functions in Facebook. You'll see that if I go back to my page here and put a post in and I start to target this, and if I go by location and I start with the United States and then I pick Connecticut, for example, and then I decided I wanted to also target the United Kingdom, you'll see that it loses that state targeting and reverts to being targeting at the country level. So we're providing that same sort of functionality in Engage for your targeting. So I'm going to go ahead and drop out the states I had selected. I'm going to go back to the country list here, and I will choose United States, and I'll choose Canada, and we'll choose Mexico. So you see now that I have 3 locations that I'm targeting. Additionally, I can target on language, and this can be combined with the targeting by location. So if I want to target this post to only people that speak English, for example, I may want to do a second post that's targeted for people who speak Spanish in those countries, if I'm targeting for both. And when someone who comes to my page or has my post come up in their listen feed, they'll only see the ones that actually, that their particular profile matches that criteria. So I'll target this for English and save that. So I now have targeted it for 3 locations for 2 languages, and I'll go ahead and submit that post through to Facebook. And I'll go ahead and refresh my page here, and we'll see that post appear here in Facebook. And as the admin, if I hover over the gear icon there, I can see where it was targeted to. So I can see that I targeted that to Canada, Mexico, and the United States for people speaking English, either UK English or US English. So again, that's all Facebook functionality. It's all driven by the user's profile settings, where they're located, what language they're using Facebook in. So anyone who comes to land on my page that does not match that criteria will not see this post at all. Anyone who likes my page and has my posts appearing in their feed will only see it if they do match that criteria. So that's available now. The targeting that we currently have uses a map, and I'll show you that quickly. You currently start with the map, and then you drill down to the continent and drill down to the country, and then choose the country. So if you're doing a lot of countries, not the most efficient way, which is why we're making the change for you. So if you like it, if you don't like it, we'd love to hear. If you'd like to have options for both, please let us know. We'd love to know what you think of that as a new option for the Facebook targeting. And finally, I'm going to wrap it up here with just a reminder that we do have ongoing webinars continually throughout the week, and we do recommend that you sit in on those. Our client experience staff does a great job of covering all the different aspects of the Engage121 application. If at any point you need to find that, there's a link right here on the front page where you can click to view our post about the calendar and actually take a look at that learning calendar where you can see which webinars are coming up, when they are, what's being covered. So you can, at any point, if I want to see the Evaluate Chart one, for example, I can click down here, and then I've got registration links for those webinars. And just like you registered for this webinar, you can set that up to create a calendar entry in your email client so that you get a reminder when that event is coming up. But I do highly recommend sitting in on those sessions to learn about all of the different parts of Engage121 that you might not be making the best, taking the most advantage of currently. So those go on continually throughout the week. If there are other things that you'd like to see us cover, if there's other times that would work better for you, if you just can't make certain ones because of timing issues, please let us know. Send us that feedback. We'd love to hear from you. And again, you can always reach out to us. You can email Jenny. You can tweet us at Engage121. You can email support@Engage121 to talk to connect with our customer experience team. If you don't already have a particular person that you're talking with, but then you can also obviously email anyone that you work with on your customer experience team. Again, thank you all for joining us this week. Have a happy Friday, a great weekend, and please do let us know if there are things that you'd like to see us cover in the future, or what you think about what's coming and what we've recently launched into the application.